Python, the programming language for those sweet summer child who thinks semicolons are an act of aggression. It was created in 1991 by Guido van Rossum, whose main goal was to make a programming language easier to read and easier to write. And he succeeded, maybe a little too much. The problem is that he accidentally made it so freaking easy that every other guy in my dang neighborhood thinks they are a software engineer just by printing "Hello World." And that's not good. Now every year millions of people install Python, write "Hello World" and immediately add AI engineer to their LinkedIn profile. I have just one question for them. Who the hell uses LinkedIn in 2026? What the hell? Python was originally designed as a simple scripting language with a little sprinkle of automation and a little sprinkle of tooling, and with maybe a small pinch of application. Instead, it somehow became the godfather. Today, people use it for web servers, machine learning, data science, cybersecurity, automation, game development, robotics, and probably controlling a toaster remotely from space. Oh my god. Every time somebody discovers a new field of science, a Python developer appears out of nowhere and says, "Excuse me, there is a library for that." And oh, speaking of libraries, Python developers don't solve problems. They install them. Need to resize an image? Library. Need to send an email? Library. Need to print "Hello World" but in slightly different font? Library. Like, an average Python project has so many dependencies that deleting one package causes a chain reaction visible from the International Space Station. And don't even get me started on environments. Other programming languages have package managers. Python has politics. I mean, too many choices. There is pip, virtual env, conda, poetry, pipenv, setup tools. At this point, installing a package feels less like programming and more like choosing a political party. And somehow, every tutorial starts with, "This only takes 20 minutes." And 27 ChatGPT tabs later, you are still figuring out a package named something like NumPy, Will, Conda, Tensor, Ultra, Mega, Pro, Max. Then there is performance. Python is famous for being slow. Not because it can't run fast, it can't. But because every Python developer eventually discovers that the secret to making Python code run fast is replacing all Python code with C. Now C, think about that. Imagine buying a Ferrari and the official performance guide says, "Remove the Ferrari and replace it with Lamborghini." But Python's greatest magic trick is its dynamic typing. Or I should say demonic typing. Other languages carefully verify your code before it runs. But Python believes F all that BS. This variable is a number. No. This variable is a string. No. It's a list. No. It's a dictionary. Python doesn't judge. Python waits patiently until 3 AM. Then it reveals the mistake. The language also uses indentation to define code blocks. Most languages uses braces. Python encourages people to use geometry because I guess they want to make us the next Da Vinci. I dare you, press your space button like just one extra time. You did it? Oh, what an idiot. The computer isn't confused. You are, my friend. Then we have the Global Interpreter Lock, or the GIL, whatever. A feature that allows Python to fully utilize all 16 cores of your CPU. Just kidding. Your processor is sitting there with enough power to simulate the universe, and Python is like, best I can do is one thread. And after all of this, the slow speed, the dependency BS, the environment BS, the runtime BS, and our special guest, the mystery space button you clicked. But still, Python is one of the most famous programming language on the planet Earth. Because despite what I said, it gets the job done. I mean, most of the time. It's not always pretty, it's not always fast, but somehow it's holding together half of the internet, most AI companies, and probably your job. You sneaky little boy, your job depends on Python and you're watching a video Python for haters. What a sneaky boy. And honestly, if you want to learn Python, just buy my $20 course. Just kidding, I don't have a $10 course, it's for free.